race winners coming from the Witches camp. Richard Knight, Nigel Flatman and John Cook, they have 3 points a race win. And the only other race winner, of course, Bobby Schwartz from America and the Wolverhampton Wolves. John Cook, race winner first time out, must be feeling reasonably happy with life. Yellow and black here in Heat 5. He's got some tough opposition though, because coming into the inside grid it's Kenny Carter, England #1, who's always a gritty, tenacious performer. Grid 2, Nigel Flatman, he won his first ride as well. Martin Simmons, the evergreen England former skipper, in grid 3 in white. And Cook, the spectacle merchant, and an intercontinental finalist in the World Championship. He's just one stage away from his first World Final, and he has matured and settled down. He was really a bit of a cavalier type, but he's much more responsible these days. Heat 5, we'll look for Cook, we'll look for Carter from the inside, and up to the corner. They're all bunching. It is Cook, and it is Carter who shows. Carter in front, Cook in second place, in third place it is Flatman, and Kenny Carter from Halifax in front of John Cook. And Carter, when he gets in front, goes very quickly indeed. Carter, of course, out of Speedway with a very badly broken leg for most of last year. Had a World Championship saga, rode a couple of rounds. In fact, won the British title with the leg, and eventually was eliminated at the Intercontinental round. But the leg looks strong enough now, and Kenny's back and leading in attack, and looking as though he's rapidly approaching his peak, just in time for the major World Championship rounds. Into the last lap, Nigel Flatman holding on to third place. There's the battle up front with Carter and Cook. You can see the distances. Carter made the start. When he gets in front, he is difficult to catch. He's going to win Heat 5, 3 points for him, 2 for Cook. And hanging on for the odd point, it is Nigel Flatman. So it's beginning to look good for qualification for both Carter and Cook. Heat number 8 then, with Jens Rasmussen on the inside in red. Bobby Schwartz, race winner first time out, the only non-Ipswich rider so to do. He's in blue, grid 2. Grid 3, Jan Pedersen, again, who's a pugnacious character, always puts himself about. On the outside, Simon Wigg needing points in yellow and black. And up to the first corner, it is Wigg away, and it is Schwartz. Schwartz and Wigg. Wigg around the outside of Bobby Schwartz, and Schwartz trying to hold off his attack down the fence, and does so. Absolutely shoulder to shoulder into the third corner. Schwartz leading. Second place is Wigg. In third place it is Rasmussen. And when he's in the mood, Bobby Schwartz is a quality rider. He seems to be all fired up tonight here in Ipswich, one of his favourite little raceways in British Speedway, leading Simon Wiggy. He's right on his back wheel and making sure he doesn't go to sleep. What, 3-4 lengths maybe. Bobby Schwartz going into the last lap. They're certainly aware that Simon Wigg is back on him. Third place still, it is Rasmussen. It's been cut to Strath Speedway here, and Schwartz drifting out into the dirt and might leave a hole there. It just gets his wheels back in the line. He wins it. Second place Wigg, in third place Rasmussen. It really was a tight start to heat number 8. You can see a beautiful shot of Simon Wigg getting away. Schwartz is on the inside, pulls a bit of a wheelie there on the inside. That was Rasmussen as Schwartz in the blue helmet hits the corner in front. And Wigg is round the outside, and it looked here as though Wiggy was just in front. An absolute perfect wheel-to-wheel piece of speedway action, and they really screw the throttles open. And you can see there's not an awful lot between the pair of them as they hit the third corner, so there really is a super shot. And it's just Schwartz who dives in. They've all had 2 rides apiece, and let's look at the leaderboard with Richard Knight and Bobby Schwartz out in front on a maximum 6 points apiece. Kenny Carter and John Cook breathing down their exhaust pipes on 5. Then on 4 we have Nigel Flatman, that's a surprise, Holder Crump and Hans Nielsen, and on 3 points Previn Eriksson. At this stage there will be the 8 qualifiers, but we've got an awful lot of interesting speedway to come before the final. Looking across the line, it's Phil Crump with 4 points, going nice and steadily, accumulating the points and ensuring qualification. He's on the inside in red. Grid 2, Simon Wigg with 2 points, needing more. Grid 3, Nigel Flatman, who has 4 points. He's in white, and on the outside, Kevin Jolly. He has 2 points from 2 starts. Heat number 9. And it is Wigg and it is Crump who get it clear from the inside grids. Wigg in front, and Crump gives him the old heave-ho, and Wigg is having none of it as they peel back down the back straight, wheel to wheel. Crump in front, Wigg around the outside, In third place it is Jolly. And we have got a fair old race on here with the Holder and Simon Wigg absolutely locked together. Crump on the inside and Wigg on the outside. This really is first-class speedway, neither of them giving an inch. And now Wigg knocks back and will try the inside run at Crump. And has he got the legs on him? I think he may have. And a beautiful piece of switching tactics there from Wigg. And Wigg cannot just hang on there. He'll be kicking himself there. Did everything right, switching the outside to the inside. Just almost lost it there on the apex of the first and second corners, and they're into the last lap now, and Crump has done well to hold off the thrusting challenge of Simon Wigg here, and the Holder seems to be growing in stature as the meeting unfolds. Crump going around the last two corners in confident style, winning the heat 9, gallant effort from Simon Wigg in second place. Third was Kevin Jolly, way back, but Crump collects 3 points, and now sure to be looking at least at a place in the final, and Simon Wigg is back in contention for one of those 8 final places, and that really was quite a speedway race. Well, let's just watch those first moments of heat number 9 again, because it really was sensational speedway. Crump on the inside and Wigg on the outside in the blue helmet colour. Now they're locked together here. Crump on the inside just has half a wheel, but Simon Wigg is around the outside of him, and neither of them gives an inch. Remember, they're doing what? Oh, something like 60 miles an hour, hitting these corners, going sideways on. Nothing between the pair of them. Now, Wigg realises he's trying to get around the outside, and it's terribly close there. And Wiggy does the sensible thing here, because he drops back and switches his attack down the inside. Crump just goes past the corner, and it looked like Wigg had pulled off a masterstroke. He definitely had the better line going into the corner. The front wheel just off the ground, and as he hits the apex, Crump giving nothing away again, and Wiggy tightened down there, almost lost it, and from that moment on it was Phil Crump with a hard old piece of speedway action. Well, there's a very cool customer, Richard Knight, the joint leader at this stage, England's newest cap, and there indeed is the other joint leader, Bobby Schwartz, came to join him there. The unbeaten riders, rivals on the track, but good mates, as you can see. They're sitting quietly together watching the action here. Bobby Schwartz nearest to us, and Richard Knight. Heat number 10 on the inside, Janno Pedersen from Cradley Heath and Denmark with 2 points. Next to him, Malcolm Simmons in blue, grid 2. Grid 3, Hans Nielsen on 4 points, white. And on the outside coming in as a reserve replacement, Laurie Bloomfield in yellow and black. There is Nielsen, who is sharp from the tapes, and very fast when he's in front. Heat 10. And it is Nielsen who is away in second place. It is Pedersen in third place, Simmons, and at the back Bloomfield, but Hans Nielsen, rather as we thought, very, very speedy from the tapes and is away. And kicking on second place, Pedersen. Third is Simmons. Uncharacteristic hiccup in his opening ride, Hans Nielsen has looked his usual invincible self, and he does go quickly. It's always a sign of an informed rider when they win races by a long way, and Nielsen goes away from them even at the very last yards of each race. He's a mile in front here. There's the distances. He wins it. Second place is Pedersen. Third is Malcolm Simmons, and Nielsen now looking all set for the final. Well, we had a glimpse of the leaders, Richard Knight and Bobby Schwartz, sitting happily together just a moment ago. They're not sitting quite so comfortably now, because coming into Heat 11 looks like a race of high megaton potential. We have Schwartz and Knight both unbeaten, so something's got to give here. There's Bobby Schwartz on the inside. We have next to him John Cook, who has only dropped 1 point in blue in grid 2. We have Previn Eriksson in white, grid 3, has a second and a third, so still is looking at a qualification place. And on the outside, it is Knight in yellow and black, unbeaten. Richard Knight, who has such speed and acceleration away from the start. That is his hallmark. Will it work from the outside with Schwartz and Cook inside him here? Up to the corner, very tight. Who will show? And it is Schwartz in front, and Knight is second, and Cook's coming hard under him. Schwartz in front, Richard Knight is second, third place is Cook, and now we've seen him from the front. What can he do from the back? Schwartz in front, and Richard Knight has swept contemptuously by him. And the boy is looking real class. He's in front. The machine seems to be slowing. He's looking down at it. The machine definitely seems to be slowing. He looked down anxiously there. We must have spotted that. And the bike is stopping, and Schwartz has gone by. And Cook has stopped as well. And it's getting a bit melodramatic out there because the bike is going in fits and starts for Richard Knight. Schwartz in front. Ericsson is a good bit back, and Cook has almost stopped at the back. And this one could have a fair old influence on the final as Ericsson moves up to try and steal the extra point from Richard Knight with an ailing machine. Schwartz in front, the battle for second place. This is Bobby Schwartz, who took advantage of his good fortune. Can Richard Knight possibly hold on? And right on the line, Ericsson gets up and steals the point.
Richard, what went wrong there?
Well, I don't know. I just got past Bobby into the front, and I was going in the back straight, and all of a sudden I just lost all my power, and I just managed to just try and go around for the rest of the laps just on sort of as much power as I could get out of the machine. Every time I opened the throttle up, there was nothing. So I've got my mechanics there, and they're going to have a look at it. I've got my spare bike here, but I'm just going to have to see if I can get them a good one going.
Let's look at it on the playback and see if you can just see what went wrong there.
Well, I've just got through in the first place there, and the bike's really going good. And I've just managed to get some dirt to get my wheels in line, and all of a sudden it starts blowing up. So I just tried to, I'm looking down at my engine and there's something wrong with it, so I'm just going to have to see if I can get it fixed.
Okay, Richard, best of luck.
Well, all the drama in Heat 11, but ahead of the dust, it's Bobby Schwartz who has emerged as a clear leader. And we move into Heat 12. And looking across the lineup for Heat 12, Kenny Carter on the inside on 5 points, looking sure for qualification unless he does something silly. Next to him, Jens Rasmussen. Grid 3 has Carl Blackwood. On the outside, Alan Farmer. And really, with due respect to the other three riders, are not in Carter's class, but Carter has not made the start. So he may well try and push them over. It is Rasmussen who's away in second place, Carter in third place, Farmer. And Carter did not look too happy with that start at all, and now he's pushing hard after Rasmussen, and will try and bore a hole, and Rasmussen is all over the track being obstructive. Carter in second place, and the Halifax Duke has got a lot of work to do here. Third place is Farmer. Blackwood has stopped, and Carter goes powering through there, trying to move him over. I think Kenny Carter rather felt that Rasmussen was being obstructive and stood on no nonsense and went by him in the most cavalier way. Kenny Carter, of course, is good news for English Speedway fans. He's got a few enemies, and a few who think he's brash and arrogant. But it is good to see Kenny back looking like his old self, because he is one of England's main hopes for a World Championship. Really just about our best one, as he wins Heat 12 in second place Rasmussen, in third place it was Farmer. And Carl Blackwood looking just down on his luck as well he might. The bike giving up, and we seem to have a spate of mechanical problems all of a sudden midway through this 16-lap classic. Well, let's look at the moment when Kenny Carter moved through into the lead here. It's Rasmussen, who had been all over the track in the lead in blue, Carter on the inside. You can see him here moving most purposefully, and this is what they call throwing a back wheel at a rider. Just move over, son, I'm coming through. And Rasmussen has nowhere to go but backwards. With just one race apiece left, the leaderboard has changed the pace. In the lead, clearly, Bobby Schwartz on 9, unbeaten. Moving into second place, England's Kenny Carter on 8. Jointly third on 7, Phil Crump, the holder, looking menacing, Hans Nielsen and Richard Knight. In sixth place, we have on 5 points John Cook and Preben Eriksson, and there's a whole bundle of riders battling for the last qualification place on 4. So Heat 13, Alan Farmer on the inside, 1 point. Next to him in blue, Jan Pedersen. Grid 3 has Richard Knight on his other machine, and Nigel Flatman on the outside, yellow and black, and up to the first corner. And Knight has got away, although it was Farmer who flourished briefly, and Farmer's in second place. Coming hard after him is Flatman. At the back, it's Pedersen. About Speedway, they often say it's not the machines, it's the men that count, and Richard Knight, although disappointed in his last outing, was carving up Heat 13 here. Second place is Flatman, and in third place Pedersen. A real battle for second place, you can see there. into the last lap of heat 13, and Richard Knight looked as though he might just have got himself into a spot of bottle there, but quickly rectified the situation. Second place, Pedersen has moved through, and there is Knight picking up the pieces. Well, he'll finish on 10 points, which will be surely sufficient to qualify. In second place, Pedersen will finish on 6, which might just squeeze him in. In third place, Flatman, he will finish with 5, which might not just be enough. The leader with 3 completed, Bobby Schwartz from California, now resident with Wolverhampton in British League Speedway. He is in grid 3 in the white comet colour, and will be looking to ensure qualification here and possibly the leader pole position, because they do carry their points forward into the final, and that could be critical in the ultimate analysis. Schwartz looking in a mean mood, and he will need to be here because he's got Kenny Carter. There's Kenny right inside him, next to him in grid 2. They've lost between Carter and the Americans ever since that notorious clash between Carter and Bruce Pennell in the 1982 World Final, of course. Pennell, a great chum, perhaps the best in the world, of Bobby Schwartz. Carter and Schwartz have had their moments when they growled at each other. I rather feel there'll be not a lot of love lost, or not much given away up to the first corner here at heat 14. Laurie Boone put in red on the inside, and on the outside Kevin Jolly make up the quartet, but I'm sure it's going to be the 2 and 3 grid where all the action comes from and up to the corner. Who will it show? It is Schwartz away. Schwartz leads it. Second place is Carter. In third place it is Jolly, and Bobby Schwartz in front, and now Kenny Carter has got to produce the action, try and find the hole past Schwartz. And Schwartz, when he gets in front, makes very few mistakes. He leads it. Second place, Carter. Carter gaining some ground down the inside here, and we have a very real speedway race between 2 of the most tenacious, determined characters in the whole world of speedway. Schwartz leading, and Carter chasing hard. And Kenny does love to attack just as they hit this corner. He did it before. Can he find the drive? Schwartz going to leave a hole. He has. And that really was just one microsecond when the concentration lapsed from Schwartz, and Carter was through. And Carter has grown taller as the evening has progressed, and really wins that one. Tom Schwartz in the most decisive way. Jolly was third, incidentally, in yellow and black. But Kenny Carter picked his moment and dived through, and that could be a critical win for the Yorkshire type. Let's look at it again. There is Schwartz in front, and Carter picking his moment, swinging back there, going under Bobby Schwartz. Schwartz just drift now. How much of a hole did he leave? Let's have a look. Oh, just overcooked the corner slightly. Carter saw his moment. And that's just the difference between winning and losing at the top level of World Speedway. A really magnificent piece of overtaking and opportunism by Kenny Carter. Heat number 15, the penultimate qualification race, and it could be the most important of them all, because all 4 riders technically are still in with a chance of qualification. So each one of the individuals here has a very good reason to go for it in Heat 15. Wigan Ericsson then perhaps the 2 riders with most to gain, but the 2 outside riders, Carl Blackwood and Simmons, know they might just snatch a place in the final with a real party piece here in heat number 15. And up to the first corner, there's not much to choose between Wigan, Simmons and Ericsson. It is Wigan front, Simmons is second, in third place it is Ericsson. Moved through into second place, chasing hard after Simon Wigg. But Wiggy started with a 0, but has really started to put his act together subsequently with 2 seconds, and he looked very comfortable here in 15. So Wigg coming into the last lap, 328 yards around this eminently raceable Vauxhall Heath circuit, and these points will put Wigg through, and Ericsson too should have done sufficient. He will finish with a total of 7. That should be enough. Wigg wins it, second Ericsson, third place holding on Simmons. Heat number 16, the last qualification race, and an intriguing situation because again all four are in with a very, very real chance of qualification. Looking at the lineup, John Cook on the inside started well, faded a bit, had an engine failure, needs points here, only has 5. He's in red. Grid 2, Phil Crump, the holder, has been steadily accumulating a total. He now has a total of 7, a win in 2 seconds. Jens Rasmussen, who's a quick starter and gets in the way a little, he has a total of 4, and a win here could take him through. And Hans Nielsen on the outside, yellow and black, has a total of 7, so will wish to consolidate in Heat 16. Again, everything to race for in the final qualification race, and up to the corner. It's terribly tight. It's Nielsen who just gets in front, and Cook's in second place, and Cook might just have the legs. He hasn't. Third place is Crump. At the back is Rasmussen. It's horrid old first corner. Remember, every point is vital here because the top 8 qualifiers take their points tally forward with them. So every point is critical in this unique event. Nielsen had a nudge his first time out and dropped points, and hasn't really looked like dropping anything since. John Cook on a second place here should be enough for him. Third place, Phil Crump should qualify the holder, but may have a bit of work to do on the deficit points. Nielsen going so comfortably. He's in trouble. Oh, he was looking so comfortable there. The bike packed up, and that has suddenly thrown a completely new complexion on everything. Unbelievable. Well, there is Hans Nielsen. What a night he's having. He had a nudge early on. He was looking absolutely set there, and suddenly the machine just gave up the ghosts, and that is a moment of high drama. Let's look at it again. Here is Nielsen. Well, he's looking so good, so much in control here. You can see he's drifting out. He seems to have all the time in the world. The bike just suddenly lost all power. You can see him always trying to bring the neck of the throttle to get it going. Looking back as the other contestants, there's Cook gratefully going through. In second place it is Crump, and third place Rasmussen, and that's going to make a difference to the lineup for the final as the slide rules come out here at Vauxhall Heath. Well, here are the final qualification scores, and what a fascinating picture. They start on the front grid on their points they have accumulated thus far. On the back grid it will be Bobby Schwartz in red and white, in blue and white Richard Knight, in green and white Phil Crump, and in green the helmet colour Kenny Carter from the inside reading outwards, and the riders on the back grid gain 2 points. Now the winner of this race gets 14 points, the second 12, the third 10, the fourth place 8, and so on down to no points for a last place. And it is the rider with the most points who wins the prize, so not necessarily the guy in front is the winner. Well, there is a holder, Phil Crump in green and white, and he'll be on the back grid taking 11 points forward into this final. He's won it 3 times in the last 4 years. He says it's tougher than ever. Certainly he has not got as many qualification points as his other 3 fellow back markers, so he'll have to go, and Phil's an old campaigner over this discipline. He'll hang around and make his move later on. We'll watch the hares go. Of course, there's so many men and machines out there that it gets terribly dangerous, certainly while they sort themselves out over the first couple of laps. If the race is stopped before the 9th lap, they go again from scratch. Let's just remember that as they begin to settle down on the front grid. Let's look at the front grid on the inside there. John Cook in red, next to him in blue, Hans Nielsen. Grid 3 has Kevin Eriksson on the outside. It is Simon Wigg in the yellow and black helmet colour. The back grid, Schwartz, Knight, Crump and Carter. Here we go, off the both starts. Who will show in front? It looks like John Cook has got away. Cook gets away in the front pack. He leads it. Bit of a pile-up for second place, and it's Simon Wigg who peels away into second place. In third place it looks like Nielsen, and we look as they come. This is a stirring sight. down the back for a lot of men in machinery, and we have some problems, and it looks like Nielsen, the blue helmet, is out of the reckoning as Cook leads it. Second place is Wigg, third place is Ericsson, and leading the back markers as we come into lap number 2, leading the back markers in red and white, it is Bobby Schwartz. Schwartz is through there, and it is getting a bit tight. They're beginning to level off right at the back. We look and see it's Phil Crump there. He said he'd take his time and weave his way through, but he can't afford to let them get too clear. Schwartz has moved up into 4th place, and that's an indication that somebody makes a big move, and it looks as though it's Knight who's made his move around the outside of Schwartz. Hectic action here in this 60-lap marathon. Cook still clear, second place still Crump. They're all piling up behind there. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 riders within about 10 lengths of the rider in second place, and that's Simon Wigg. But Cook is clear, and Cook at the moment, if he can stay there, would win it. Schwartz is 1 point behind and is getting terribly, terribly tight as the pack really tightens up for the second place, and moving through there, looks like Richard Knight has come past Simon Wigg. Frantic action here at Ipswich, still Cook in front, and it's Carter who's made the move. It's Carter up front in the green helmet colour. Carter has come through. And they've gone down there in a heap. It's now into, and it looks like Richard Knight has gone. The red light has come on. It's Knight that has gone down there in a terrible heat, and the race has been stopped. And we now get our breath back with Crowder on their feet. Restaged, and with only 6 starters, because Richard Knight excluded as being the cause of the race being stopped just 1 lap before the cut distance on lap 8, and Hans Nielsen, who had already stopped, is ruled out of the restart. So 6 only on the front grid. John Cook, Kevin Ericsson, and from the outside Simon Wigg's got a flyer, and Carter's got clear of the back group as they hit the first corner. So Cook, who was in front when the race was stopped, is now back in 3rd place, with Ericsson moving past him in the 2nd place. Wigg leads it, and now Ericsson moving through on the inside, and they're both locked together, Wigg and Ericsson, and Carter is already up among them, and Kenny Carter very determined, not at all happy the race was stopped, having done an awful lot of hard work, and he's gone well clear of the other back markers, and Carter made up ground very, very quickly. He's into 3rd place. Their line of beam there, not much to choose between the first 3. Wigg leads it. 2nd place is Ericsson. 3rd place is Carter. In 4th place it is Cook. And Crump is way at the back there with Bobby Schwartz. 1 back, and Schwartz was moving up menacingly, but he seems to be feeling the pace a little bit now. Still Wigg leads it. 4 laps completed, a long way to go. 16, remember, they've got to do it all over again. Remember, they've already done 8, and Kenny Carter is now up on Simon Wigg. And Carter has gone very quickly, very early, and Carter moves into the lead. Wigg is 2nd, and Kenny, who was one of the joint top qualifiers, will be now kicking on as hard as he can go, because if he stays there, he knows that the machinery is his. Carter would finish on 27 points if he stays there, and that would be a clear lead, and Kenny has a very good reason for wanting as much machinery as he can get, because his own bikes were written off in a fire when his van crashed on the road back from a World Team Cup round. He lost something like £20,000 worth, and he's well clear now. Carter has built up a 1/4 of a lap lead. He really has been brilliant and kept the throttle on and came early to lap 7. Still Wigg in 2nd place, Ericsson is 3rd. Cook is 4th, Schwartz and Crump make up the back markers, but nobody is getting near Carter, and now the drama again begins to build. We can but wonder if the machinery will keep going. Remember, last year, John Cook was in this situation. The bike packed up right on the last lap, and Kenny is really waving the machinery along. He's not caning it and gaining ground. He's going very steadily. Remember, he's only done 8 laps. And no movement down the field. Phil Crump, the holder, and such a specialist, said he'll pick his moment, but he's got a lot of work to do now. Schwartz is in trouble. Schwartz has pulled out. Carter's keeping going. Still Wigg in 2nd place and Ericsson 3rd. Coming into lap 11, and Kenny Carter has spread eagled the field here. if they stay this way, by our reckoning, Carter would finish on 27 points, Simon Wigg on 19, and Ericsson and Phil Crump equal third on 17, but we still have some distance to go. Schwartz has managed to keep going. Carter coming into lap 13, and he's riding number 13. We hope we're not tempting fate there. There's 3 to go for Kenny Carter. Wigg hanging on in second place, Ericsson third, Cook fourth. Lap 14 coming up, and Carter showing all his world class, showing that gritty Yorkshire Terrier tenacity. Came too early, clearly was upset, and moving into third place. The battle going on as Cook makes his move, and Carter is on his last lap. It's been a long haul. Wigg is still second, and Ericsson and Cook having a rare old ding-dong for the odd point. And Kenny Carter is going to win it in a canter. Goes past the line, waving to the crowd. A magnificent performance by the England number 1. Wigg hugs on for second place and third place. Then is Ericsson. But this 1985 GM Daily Mirror 16-lap marathon is all about Kenny Carter, who does the rodeo stuff in the fashion of his old rival Bruce Pennell. But who will doubt that we have a worthy winner? He was working his way through in the first staging. He had to do it all again, and he did it in the most magnificent manner.
Kenny, congratulations, you did it the second time round.
Yeah, thank you. It felt like about 50 laps then.
You were behind Wiggy for the first few laps. How did you play it?
Well, I thought they would have run it over 13 laps, and then when they decided to have it over the 16 again, I just thought, well, I'll go for it on the first few laps and see if I can get in the front, and then just take it from there. And after about the 8th lap, I was so far in front, and I thought I'll just take it steady and save the fuel and make sure that I've got enough fuel and oil to last the race so that I don't run out on the last sort of few laps. And I was really enjoying myself out there.